Walking is just like swimming, but without fins, or a tail, and also there's no water.
How many times did you catch moments in Luca that were eerily similar to Disney's The Little Mermaid? Step aside, Ariel, there's a new sea-to-land resident in town, and his name is Luca. Ariel and Luca go on similar journeys, as do their parents. From very familiar images to the same lines, we're covering 20 times Luca copied The Little Mermaid.
Look at her! On legs!
Considering both The Little Mermaid and Luca take place under the sea, it makes sense that schools of fish end up being prominently featured in both. In the 1989 film, the fish are present for songs and swimming through the sea. In Luca, the schools of fish swim through the sea, often following Luca. When he isn't busy exploring life above the sea, that is.
Come on, gotta get back.
Underwater treasure collecting is all the rage in Underwater Disney World. Luca's fascination with the discovery of human artifacts and his collecting of them mimics just what Disney Princess Ariel did. What's more, Alberto's hideaway with all the human stuff he's collected over time reminds us very much of Ariel's underwater treasure trove.
Ariel, what are you? How could you? What is all this?
Ariel and Luca have shared some similar views. We're talking about the fascination with looking up and watching the bottom of the boats in the ocean. While both are very nervous, knowing they do need to be careful when it comes to humans, neither can help but just look.
Where do boats come from?
The stories of human monsters on land above are the primary reason that King Triton and Luca's parents give such intense warnings to their children. The people on land are a threat, so it's a fair point in both cases.
The curious fish gets caught.
Both Luca and Ariel are curious about life above, and who can blame them? They're both fascinated with it and really want to move from sea to land. Ariel took action to follow Prince Eric, while Luca's main motivation was the idea of riding a Vespa. Once they're there, both end up being pretty big fans. The adventures both of them end up going on are pretty magical.
You know, he's getting married!
Getting legs for the first time is bound to be confusing. For Ariel, it only takes a couple of tries and then somehow she's waltzing with a prince. Luca doesn't have the best teacher in Alberto, so it takes a bit of time and some confusing instructions to get to the point that he's actually able to run. Both characters have to go through learning how to do this pretty basic action well enough to pass off as real humans. And they become experts very quickly.
You're in luck. I basically invented it.
In Luca, Alberto appeared to be the expert of all things human. He says he knows how to use all the objects, what they're called, and makes some pretty misinformed claims about the way the world works.
Really? Yeah, and the big fish protects them.
Sound familiar? Scuttle from The Little Mermaid claims to be the expert as well, with his dinglehoppers and thingamabobs.
What? What is it?
It's a dinglehoppers.
Dreaming of life on land can take a long time. So long that both our leads were caught missing from their posts. Remember when Ariel is missing for her musical debut concert? The same thing happened to Luca when his mom caught him missing from his shepherding post. Luca did at least think ahead and place this stone statue that sort of resembles him in his place while he was off adventuring with Alberto.
Okay, everyone, this is, Smooka.
Ariel and Luca are passionate and rebellious souls. They just want to go where their hearts take them. It makes sense that both of them have strict parents. Both King Triton and Daniela make really strong points to their children about not going anywhere near the surface.
And I am never to hear of you going to the surface again.
No matter what. But in the end, of course, both Luca and Ariel disobey their parents' orders anyway.
We do not talk, think, discuss, contemplate, or go anywhere near the surface.
Among the humans, the rumors of monsters below are plentiful. In The Little Mermaid, the boat crew speak directly of King Triton and the wild amount of power he has.
Thought every good sailor knew about him.
In Luca, there are rumors of sightings and even rewards put out for finding the sea monsters, as if there's something to be afraid of. The pressure to find and hunt down the sea monsters is far more intense a divide between the humans and sea people than in The Little Mermaid. We can almost hear the song Les Poissons from The Little Mermaid as we see the very familiar actions performed by Massimo chopping off the fish heads in the kitchen. We've seen this before in Prince Eric's kitchen, where the chef was making a seafood feast for the prince and Ariel.
Mangiamo.
Sebastian, Luca, and Alberto all go through quite a fright when they see how the people on land feel about their fellow kind. Luca's first scare is in the town square when he sees the images and, of course, statues of sea monsters being attacked by humans. He and Alberto both get a big shock when this board with photos of fish all over it appears. Remember poor Sebastian's encounter with the very similar board of photos? While Alberto and Luca aren't as vulnerable as Sebastian at that moment, all of them look equally terrified. Ariel doesn't really know how to use a fork since she's gotten most of her how to be human lessons from the not-so-well-informed Scuttle. However, she does think she knows how to use it and unfortunately shows off her believed-to-be skills to Prince Eric during their dinner. When served a plate of pasta with a fork, Luca and Alberto have no idea what it could be for, but soon enough, they end up learning how to use forks really well. They definitely had better luck than Ariel the first time around.
Hey!
At the beginning of The Little Mermaid, we see a giant boat with fishermen catching fish aplenty. Except, of course, for the one that escaped. Fishing played a key role in Luca as well, since, of course, it was their first job, helping Julia's dad on the boat. That's where they also happened to prove they'd be extra helpful with their insider knowledge of life underwater.
Your friends do know fish.
In The Little Mermaid, we have workers at the palace hanging the laundry and gabbing away about the new woman the princes met. We do get another laundry line on a string in Luca, except instead of putting clothes on it, Luca's mom Daniela is taking them down to use the clothing for herself and Lorenzo.
I'll just get this washed for you.
We do sympathize with the parents of these wild-spirited souls. Both have to go through the worry of their children being missing. King Triton has a crew of underwater dwellers to help him out in the search for his daughter, while Daniela and Lorenzo take matters into their own hands and make the journey to land themselves so they can find their son and bring him home. Or so they think that's what the plan is.
Wow, he's fast.
Scuttle the Seagull is the first one we see using the telescope in The Little Mermaid. Of course, his knowledge is limited and the instrument doesn't help him out so much. We see a fascination with the telescope come up again in Luca, when Julia uses it to show him the details of what the sky really looks like. And not to mention, proving to him that stars aren't fish.
Mermaid off the port bow!
Both King Triton and Luca's mom Daniela have almost the exact same line.
Was I too hard on him?
Wondering about whether or not they were too hard on their children. While they were strict, it's all just because they both care so much for the well-being of their kids.
Do you think I was too hard on her?
Ariel, Luca, and Alberto all go through their identities being dramatically revealed. And it's not a fun experience for any of them initially. Ariel is discovered on the boat when she misses getting her kiss before the sunset. Talk about bad timing. Alberto reveals himself to Julia and then is caught by Ercole, who is quick to attack. Finally, near the end of the Porto Rosso Cup race, we have Luca revealing himself in front of the whole town after Alberto has come back to help him.
They are the winners.
In the end, of course, both Luca and Ariel get their happy endings. With the blessing and help of their parents, their dreams to live their lives on land come true.
Then I guess there's just one problem left.
Luca and the Little Mermaid almost had one other thing in common. Alberto's character almost transformed into a giant kraken, which we think might have looked a bit like Ursula's transformation from human to evil merwitch. What was your favorite similarity between the two sea-to-land movies?